Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the pregame. Happy Sunday, folks. How we all feeling? How's the weekend? How's your Sunday going? Shout out to the folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that sub. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel out. I have a special guest here with me today. It's my boy Jesse Rasco from Ringside Renaissance. And you're probably wondering what Ringside Renaissance is. It's not a baseball channel. It's a wrestling channel. You guys probably have seen him in the chat. He does shows with Combat Jones there. They do a good job over there talking wrestling. But as I got to know Jesse over the last year, found out he was a Red Sox fan. I was like, all right, Red Sox fan, lives in upstate. That's cool. All right, that's different. But it's all good, man. And real quick, I did post I did enter the website for their channel. So right here. So if y'all, any of my wrestling fans that are in here, because I know some of you are wrestling fans, that's the link. Go check them out. They do an extremely good job. But Jesse, my man, what is going on, dude? I appreciate you joining me this afternoon. How's life? How are things going? Talk to us, man.
I appreciate you, man, and thanks for having me. And Ringside Renaissance is in the chat, by the way, everybody. Just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, it's funny how like we met through social interaction with our podcast and stuff like that. And I'm a Red Sox fan, but I like and I have like that rivalry feeling in my head. But like, man, you're a really good dude. I really like your channel. I like what you're doing. I like the people in the chat who are like, they heckle a little bit, but they're also very respectful and very kind and stuff. And I see a lot of people in the chat right now that I have actually interacted with during your show. So it's actually really cool to see them popping up as I'm on here with you, but really, really excited to be talking about some baseball.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, no, I wanted to get a Red Sox fan on here, bro. So it was like, I was like, all right, perfect. I got to talk to Jesse. It would have been cool to have your partner on here too, but I understand he couldn't make it. But talk to us a little bit, man, about your how it all started for you as a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, so like we were talking a little bit before we started up. Like my grandfather grew up like Boston area, so like he was always always had like the big four Boston teams, New England, I guess you can consider Boston. But
Sure.
I was always a casual, you know what I mean? I always kind of followed the Red Sox. I followed the Bruins, followed the Celtics. And as I told you, I'm a Packers fan, don't ask. But like, and I always kind of followed it. I was around during the 86 year curse getting snapped. And my brother was a diehard back then. And my brother Steve's got like a Boston tattoo and everything, whatever. So like, but I was always a casual, I would follow it. I would like check out the scores. I would check out the records, everything else, but I never really got too much into it. And but I'd watch the games when they were on. But probably about 2018 or so, it was right after they won the last World Series they won. I was like, man, oh man, I need to start following this. This is some good stuff, And I saw like the hype around Fenway when they won the World Series. I watched the World Series and saw, just like I was like, oh, here we go. Like, here we go. I need something like this. I need the juice, And then we've had this slump for the last few years that the Red Sox have had after the 18 season. And then with everything that happened in 2020 and whatever. So like, I actually went to my first Red Sox game in 2021 and I went to, it was the Orioles and Red Sox. I can't remember when it was, but I was like hooked instantly. Like as soon as I was in Fenway and felt the crowd and felt the atmosphere and like actually went to a live game, like I was hooked and like I just become fanatical after that. I'm married and have 2 kids. We're a Red Sox family. We all itch to go to Fenway whenever we can. Just a great time. And it's also cool to be like a part of like such a historical franchise as well. Like if everybody knows you're Yankee fans, you understand the rivalry between the Red Sox and the Yankees and how long these storied franchises have been around. It's just really cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Was there like a player that drew you to being a big Red Sox fan? I mean, I know you said family, but was there any player or players on the team that you was like, I got to start following this team again, or
Back in the day, it was Nomar Garcia Parra. That was like, Nomar was big, and then Pedro Martinez, like Pedro was a bad dude, and it was like, and I like guys that were kind of like badasses, you know what I mean? Like Veritek in A-Rod's face, like that to me was just like, I'm a big wrestling fan. So when stuff like that broke out in baseball, I was like, I'm here for it, you know. But I kind of, like I said, I kind of fell out for a little bit. I had like a rough kind of few years in my adult life that I kind of fell out of everything I was kind of into. But then when I got back into it, I really liked Xander Bogaerts. Was a big Xander Bogaerts fan. Everybody gives me crap for this, but I love Sawamura on the mound, man. When Sawamura was pitching for the Red Sox, like
Yeah.
it took 3.5 minutes in between pitches. Like the pitch clock killed Sawamura's career, but like something about that dude, I just loved it. And then Mookie Betts, like I kind of caught the tail end of Mookie Betts winning the 18 World Series and then going to the Dodgers and stuff. But this up and coming crew, man, this young crew, I've really been bought into it. I bought into the the clubhouse, the atmosphere, the camaraderie it seems to have. It seemed like they cut the poison, the toxin out of the clubhouse earlier in the year. And I'm like I'm in the minority of Red Sox fans that think that, but I think the team's a lot better after they made a trade earlier in the season that they did.
I think for Red Sox fans, or well, some Red Sox fans, we'll just say the Red Sox organization, I think trading away Devers is probably one of the better decisions for them. I mean, I could appreciate it because now he doesn't have to be a problem for the Yankees anymore. So I'm like, all right, let him go spend it out there in the NL West. So yeah, no, I'm okay with that. But I did see that the Red Sox, they extended one of their own, Roman Anthony. They give him an extension on that. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, that's the new thorn in the Yankee side right there, apparently, is Roman Anthony, because he is as advertised. Like, so we saw the experiment of the big prospects coming up at the beginning of the year. Christian Campbell came up, got his contract, and we everybody here in my house was like, oh, Christian Campbell, but then he kind of cooled off a little bit. So I was a little bit weary when Marcella Meyer and Roman Anthony got called up, and Roman Anthony's as advertised. There's a unfortunate injury to Meyer right now. He's out for the rest of the year, but
Yeah.
hey, all power to the kid, man, to get a contract like that. I'm a big Jarren Duran fan, so that, Roman Anthony getting extended while Duran's been on these kind of little dink and dunk contracts year after year, kind of the writing's on the wall for him going somewhere after the season. And that's kind of sucks. But hey, Roman Anthony, man, he's proven me wrong, because I was like, he's just going to peter out once they get some film on him. But he's really, really stepped into his own in this lineup.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of potential. And there's guys in that lineup that I definitely worry about for sure. No doubt, man. So now Red Sox look like, it's not to, all biases aside. It's like they got a pretty young dynamic team. They got some guys in that lineup that could hit. Pitching is not bad, actually. The pitching, I mean, Crochet's your star. I mean, Crochet's just been absolutely destroying it for you guys. And, the other dude that's been really impressed me too has been Bayo. As far as pitching goes, man, Bayo has been pretty solid for you guys too. But yeah, man, I mean, Red Sox, Yankees right now, it's like they're going head to head for trying to fight for that top wild card spot at the moment. And I know obviously both teams are trying to get back into the top of the division, but I know it's hard for both of our teams, especially with Toronto, the way they've been playing, man. Toronto's just been on a tear. But with the Red Sox, I know it started out a little rough in the beginning of the season. You all turned, I mean, they turned it around pretty well, complete 180, I would say. But what are your thoughts on the season, man? I mean, what are your thoughts on the season? Like, how confident do you feel? I know we're still a little bit over a month away from the postseason, but like overall, what do you feel? How do you feel about the season? And then, like, how confident do you feel about them, getting into the postseason? And I say they're going to get in, but if they do get in, how well do you think they will do if you were to make an early prediction?
Hey, first of all, my thoughts on this live stream. I see 34 people in the chat right now and only 17 likes. So let's get NFB up a little bit here with these likes, and make sure you subscribe. But no, so I'm fairly confident. You know, the roller coaster of a baseball season, right? I mean, look how hot the Yankees started out, and now they're kind of in a slump. And I'm not trying to say that to push any buttons on anybody. It's just the reality of the situation. I mean, they came into the series actually like one of the hottest teams in baseball. They had won like 5 straight, right? Um, so the Yankees, you know, it's like an up and down thing. And the Red Sox started off okay. They were, you know, there's a lot of new parts, right? And when you have a new team, as far as like Crochet being your ace, Bayo being pushed down, he was actually injured at the beginning of the season. But then you had Giolito, who was out with Tommy John last year. You had Fitz, who was trying to find his way into the lineup. Walker Buehler came over from the Dodgers. So, you know, there's a lot of, and Christian Campbell starting out on second. So there's a lot of moving pieces and parts. Bregman coming in. So, you know, it took a little while for the guys to gel, but I think that there is a lot of camaraderie there, and there's a lot of stuff we don't see, right? There's a lot of stuff that we don't see on the cameras during the games, in the clubhouse, when the guys are kind of becoming like a brotherhood and stuff. And I think that there's a lot there. It's a young team, and I think that's kind of molding them into being a unit and not just a team. Thank God for like veterans like Trevor Story and Alex Bregman to be in the clubhouse to kind of help these young guys kind of mature a little bit. But I feel pretty good about them. If the NL is like that's the powerhouse, right? The AL is kind of whatever. So I think any team that gets into the AL playoffs, it's just like a who's going to win. You know, I mean, if you get into the dance, I think any one of the teams that are kind of listed in the divisions or the wild card race right now, any one of them I could see legitimately going to the World Series, you know? So it's tough. It's tough to say, you know, but I feel pretty confident. Hey, listen, if the Red Sox play against the Yankees in the wild card round of the playoffs, I feel very confident right now. That's all I got to say.
As you should. As you should. I mean, Yankees, obviously, their matchup against the Red Sox this season, they've lost, what is that, 8 straight. They only got 1 win against you guys. So, yeah, it's been a rough go. It's been a rough go for the Yankees and going up against the Red Sox. You know, I suppose it happens. I mean, it's just one of those things. What do you? I mean, nothing we could do about it. I mean, it's just the plain and simple. The fans will tell you straight up the Yankees suck right now. So, and they do. There's no denying that. But you know, as I'm looking at the wild card standings, yeah, you know, the Red Sox right now they're 2 games ahead of the Yankees right now. So, the Mariners are right there. They're like literally. The only thing that's separating the Yankees and the Mariners is just the Yankees have 1 less loss. So that could very well change after tonight. You know, just to not to beat around the bush, but the Red Sox could very well sweep tonight. It's entirely possible. I'm sure a lot of Yankees fans are probably expecting it. So you know, what happens tonight? I mean, we'll see. I know it's going to be Carlos Rodon versus Dustin May, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And you're kind of shaking your head right now. I don't know, man. You're shaking your head, but for me, it's just and folks in the chat will tell you, you know, sometimes it's like these pitchers that the Yankees go up against. You would think they should just totally destroy these pitchers, but then it's like they make them look like freaking Cy Young. So you know, it's embarrassing, really, but. As far as the Red Sox, I know things have been looking good for them. They're competing. They're playing well. They're playing overall great baseball. But any concerns that you have about the team? That
I don't know. Their bullpen's inconsistent to me. I mean, if you don't have Whitlock or Chapman available at the end of the game to kind of close it out and shut it down, there's been times where I'm just like, there's certain, and I don't like bad mouthing certain players, or I bad mouth a lot of players, but I don't really want to do it here. I try to stay a little bit positive, but like,
sure,
there's certain players that come in, or certain, you know, relievers that come in. When they come in, I kind of just throw my hands up and walk out of the room for a minute. Cause it's like, okay, I gotta relax. But you know, another thing too, is like we're seeing tonight, and like you said, we'll talk about it, the lineup later and stuff, is like, they have this, I don't want to say illusion because the numbers don't lie, but the Red Sox have this idea of their head of this like lefty killer lineup with Romy Gonzalez and Rob Refsnyder, and it's like whenever they play a lefty, it's like, oh, let's switch the lineup up, let's put these guys in. These guys are known to hit lefties, and like it's like to me, it's like don't change what's working. Roman Anthony leading off, then Bregman, Duran, and then you kind of get to your lower half of the lineup. Whenever Connor Wong's in, he's going ninth regardless. Like that lineup has been working. Like that formula has been working. That's really when the Red Sox really go. But whenever there's a lefty, they want to like Cora wants to change it all up. And because all these two lefty killers, and it frustrates me at the end of the day. Like every time I see the lineup, like I looked at the lineup earlier and I said, man, why are you taking Roman Anthony out of number one spot? Like the leadoff spot he earned, that's his spot. Like, frustrates me to no end.
I mean, just from watching some of the Red Sox games, I feel like that dude is perfect for the leadoff spot. I think they should just leave him in there. But, again, I'm not in the Red Sox organization. Neither are you. Mm-hmm. But all you can do is this, you as a fan can express frustration because it's the same thing with us, man. With Yankees fans, it's just like the with the lineups, man. It was just a lot of musical chairs. And I think a lot of that has to boil down to the analytical side of baseball too, because there's I don't know how you feel about analytics. I don't know. I don't know how well of a job the Red Sox do. I feel like they do a pretty decent job with analytics, but I feel like there's way too much analytics involved, and sometimes you just got to go with what you see, the seeing eye. You know what I mean? Analytics is great, but I don't think it should tell. It's not the whole story.
Well, analytics are great, but Alex Cora has proven to really win baseball games, you just need iPhones and to bang on trash cans. So we need to really get back to that way. I think if we want a World Series, that's really our bread and butter that we have to get to. And really quickly, not to whatever, I saw some in your chats ask how I feel about acquiring Bregman this year, and I didn't want to act like I didn't see that. But and me and you have talked about this many times about you think that the Red Sox overpaid for him and whatever. But the way I see it is the Red Sox weren't a good franchise for a few years. So if you want a name like Bregman to come to your team, you're going to have to overpay for him. Like that's just there was no attraction to come to Boston, So, but Bregman coming in, I think he fit in really well. We're a lot better defensively on third base. Devers was a mess on third base. And that just solidified the infield. It sucks Casas is hurt because he's a really solid first baseman. But hey, Nathaniel Lowe getting picked up, like that was a steal if you ask me. He's just been producing ever since they picked him up. Like, wow.
When I saw the Red Sox pick him up, I'm like, you know what? That's actually a good pickup for the Red Sox, and I think he's going to be productive for these guys down the rest of the season. As far as Bregman, man, I mean, look, I'm not even talking about the trash cans and all that. I'm putting all that to the side, but fitting for the Red Sox, with Cora, it's nice little, they reunited or what. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm not taking anything away from Bregman as a player. Like the dude is good. Like he's a good player. And I'm not saying this just to say this, but like I don't think he was worth $40 million. But that's just my thing. But like, if the Yankees did end up signing him with the luxury tax, it would have doubled for the Yanks. That was my whole thing, because then it would have been $80 million. I'm like, it's a little much, man. Because in the Yankees case, they were already over the tax threshold. I mean, it's not like folks were saying they could defer money. I'm like, well, they're not the Dodgers, man. They're not owned by a hedge fund company. So, but anyway, that's a different conversation for a different day. But I like Bregman, sure, would have been cool, but I just, in my personal opinion, I don't know if he was worth $40 million, because for me, it's just like, all right, well, you're saying he's worth as much as Judge. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And, Judge is the best hitter in baseball. You may or may not disagree or agree, and that's fine. I'm cool with it, but I think he's the best hitter in baseball. But
1 for 11 this series, best hitter in baseball.
That's all. That's one series, bro. You look at his overall year, though. He's killing it. I mean, he's been in a slump, no doubt. I'm not denying that, but He is still
Yeah. No, I gotta.
the best player in baseball as far as
Can I?
let's go.
Can I flip the question on you, like about the
Go for it.
Yankees? Like, what do you think do you think the Yankees are a World Series contender this year? And like, what would you fix up? What would you straighten up, stronghold up if you could in the lineup or in the bullpen? I mean, I know obviously Garrett Cole going down this year was a huge loss for you guys, and trying to fill that hole is impossible. But
Flip the question by all means. I mean, to me, man, I don't think they're a World Series team. Even with the moves that they made in the offseason, I was just like, I don't expect a World Series from these guys. Like, I already like mentally prepared myself for that. So I wasn't expecting a World Series, really. I mean, it's not and it also not just to mention this, it's not because they didn't sign back Juan Soto. I didn't go into 2025 thinking, okay, this is a World Series contender team. Now, I said they would make the postseason for sure. I was like, this team has the capability to make the postseason, even with some of the injuries that they sustained. I mean, from the beginning of the season, now here in the middle of the season. But if this is the New York Yankees that we're watching right now, I don't know that they passed the wild card. I'm going to be brutally honest. Unless they prove me wrong, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you know. I hope they shut me up. I hope they look at me and be like, yeah, we just made you look stupid. By all means, go for it. But if this is the Yankees team that I'm looking at, I don't see them getting past the wild card. Maybe they'll go as far as the ALDS because they say the American League is weak, but really it's not, man. The American League is competitive. There's some tough teams in the American League. There's teams in the American League that are playing some really good baseball, especially the second half of the season. As far as what kind of improvements I would make to the team, there's a few things. They have the talent. They have the talent. I feel like they have the talent. I just feel like they need to get back to playing a little bit more small ball and stop with these freaking long balls. I love the home runs and all, but enough, man. It's like, just try to get on base more and score runs on hits. It doesn't have to always be a home run ball. Like, you've probably seen it in the chat quite a bit, but and I'm gonna pick on him a little bit, but Anthony Volpe. He is one of our biggest frustrations right now. I know the whole entire fan base is absolutely frustrated. I'm not happy with him. I think he's a lot better than what he can be. I don't hate the guy. I want him to succeed, but it's like I want all these guys to succeed. But I think a lot of times the Yankees are beating themselves. They have They have the talent. They got a squad, but I think a lot of times they're beating themselves. My biggest concern, honestly, with the Yankees, really, it's probably the pitching. Really, the pitching is the big thing for me. I mean, it didn't help that Cole was out for the season with Tommy John. That part sucked. And then they didn't have Luis Hill and Clark Schmidt for a little while. Luis Hill he's just made his. I think that's start against the Red Sox. I think that was like his third start this season. So, it's going to take a little bit for a guy like him to get going. I mean, especially this late in the season. Cole is out. Schmidt, was hurt in the beginning of the season. Now he's out with Tommy John surgery. So he's not going to be back till like sometime next year. And I don't even know if he'll be able to ever start again because I think that was his second Tommy John. So really the pitching is really my main concern with this team. But they are going to get some reinforcements coming back. I know they're going to get their bullpen arm coming back and Fernando Cruz. He should be back tomorrow. But it was the pitching, and that was the thing after the deadline too. I was like, the pitching is what's concerning me right now. The bats, they can do work, man, but it's just too much long ball. And I remember you said it in the chat, man. The Red Sox, man, they can never score runners in scoring position. I was like, welcome to my world. So yeah, it's like, well, welcome to my world, man. It's like we talk about this on here too. Runners in scoring position, and it's like they can't get a run. It's like there could be a runner on third with one out. They can't score a run. I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Like, what are we doing here, guys? So it's just one of those things of like beating themselves, and they need to get back to a little bit more of the fundamentals. And somebody mentioned the defense. Yeah, the defense definitely needs to improve, particularly with the infield. And I'm only looking at one guy right now in that infield, and that's Anthony Volpe. I'm not trying to pick on him, but it's just, that dude can be a lot better than what he is. But he's benched tonight, so that makes me happy. That I'm very happy with that, and I hope all the fans that are in here, all the Yankee fans that are in here, are all happy with that as well. But since we're talking about lineup, since we were talking about the lineup with how Cora organizes it and how what the Yankees do, I mean, we ready for the lineup? You want me to pull up the lineup, see what you think?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's make it happen. I'll share this on the screen. And yeah, once again, folks, shout out to Jesse for joining us on this pregame. It was greatly appreciate having you on here, man. And again, for all my wrestling fans, let me show that link again. If you guys and gals are big wrestling fans like he is, like him and Combat Jones, make sure you guys go subscribe to their channel. It's Ringside Renaissance. So it's not only a big baseball fan, he's also a big Red Sox fan. So big sports fan overall, like just a big sports fan. So kind of like what we talked about in the back. But here's the lineup right here for both the Red Sox and the Yankees. Hopefully you could see that, bro.
Yep, gotcha.
All right, cool. But yeah, if you want to read off the Red Sox lineup and then just give us your thoughts, man. Give us your thoughts on the lineup, and then I'll give you Yankees lineup, and then we'll get into the fun stuff with the predictions. So go ahead, man.
All right. So leading off, we got Romy Gonzalez and Alex Bregman. Roman Anthony DHing out of the third spot. Trevor Story fourth. Nady in making his monthly appearance out of the Woo Sox to come out and play center field. Jaron Duran in left. Cedon Rafaela playing second, which is a complete waste. Carlos Narvaez at catcher, going to throw a couple people out today. And we have the password. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name, Garcia, making his third appearance in the majors. I believe he just got called up this past week.
Yeah.
And pitching, we have Dustin May, who has been recently acquired from the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's going to be his fourth start for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I think his first, that Garcia guy, I think his first name, I want to say it's pronounced John Stinkson or Joe Stinkson.
Josh Nix, yeah, something.
Yeah, he's got a different name for sure, man.
Password. They call him Password. That's all I know.
They call him Password? Okay, so
Password. Yeah, because like his first name is like a randomized password. Like they give you a random password on like the internet. It's a bunch of letters and numbers. Yeah, that's what they call him.
Makes sense. So based off of your reaction, I could tell you're upset about Anthony batting third. And then you're upset about Rafaela playing second. Instead, he should be in center field, right?
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Yeah. Nady has no business being in center field this late in the season, but that's just me.
For sure. First base, it's Romy Gonzalez. So no Lowe for you guys. Lowe is not playing.
Nah.
Hamilton's not playing for you guys. So he'll be on the bench, and then Wong is on the bench for you guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, though, I mean, besides Anthony not leading off, you're pretty happy with this lineup.
Yeah, I'm hoping Garcia gets his first major league hit tonight, man. He shows a lot of promise. He seems like he loves the game of baseball, so it's not just somebody out there trying to collect a paycheck and stuff. He generally seems like he loves the sport, so I want to see him. That's one of my bold predictions. We'll get into predictions later, but I think he's going to get his first major league hit tonight. But yeah, I mean, Anthony should be leading off. We've talked about that. Cedon shouldn't be playing second. If anybody knows, Duran played infield all through college, so why they don't have Duran covering infield while second baseman's kind of open up is beyond me, but we'll see what happens. I think Dustin May is going to get another quality start tonight too.
All right. Yeah, fair enough, man. I respect that. So for the Yankees, we have Trent Grisham leading off, playing center field. Judge is DHing. He'll be batting second. Ben Rice, who's a Mass boy, but grew up a Yankees fan, batting third. He'll be taking over first base duties. Cody Bellinger's batting cleanup. He'll be playing left field. Giancarlo Stanton batting fifth. He'll be playing right field. Jazz Chisholm Jr. batting sixth. He'll be playing second base. Ryan McMahon's back in the lineup. He'll be batting seventh. And Jose Caballero, thank God, is batting eighth. He'll be playing shortstop. And Austin Wells, that one pains me. He's at the dish. He'll be catching. That's not who I want behind the plate. I'd rather have Rice behind the plate and have Goldschmidt play first base. I'm tired. I'm a little annoyed with Wells, just like I am a little annoyed with Volpe. And on the mound for the Yankees, it is Carlos Rodon, left-handed pitcher, 13-7 record, 3.24 ERA. Not to beat around the bush, but his last couple of starts against Boston, not the greatest. But we'll see what happens tonight, man. But this will be an interesting matchup. It's on ESPN, so it'll be nationally televised for those that are wondering. But yeah, man, I saw the lineup come out. And I was just like, all right, cool. Volpe's sitting. Thank God. And then I was like, can we just have Wells sit too? Like, why is Wells starting? And speaking of which, there's our boy Combat Jones.
No.
Bro, hey man, if you want to jump on, I don't know if you have time, but let me know. I'll send you the link there, buddy.
Yeah, going back to who you'd rather have playing catcher, I think everybody in Yankees Nation would rather see Carlos Narvaez playing catcher for you after the rookie season he's had this year, and you just let him out of your organization last year. Like, man, oh man, oh man. Like,
yeah,
who would have known?
I mean, who would have known? And that's the funny thing, right? I'm gonna take this off the screen for now, but if we need to get back to it, just let me know, man. Oh, you're currently driving on the highway. All right, be safe, dude. Just
don't be texting and driving.
Yeah, stop texting and driving, dude. I mean, Jesse's gonna come after you. We don't want that. Okay,
yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah,
I'll suplex you through a table. You know that.
I want to see that. Oh, he's riding passenger. Okay, okay, good. All right. He's riding passenger. All right, good.
And Combat Jones' position is the catcher, by the way. Just letting everybody know. I'm sorry. Go on.
That was funny. He just had to bring that up.
I had to get one or two on.
All right. Yeah. You know what, man? Look, the Yankees. The thing is, the Yankees, and you talked about trading Narvaez. Yes, Custodio. I did hear about Rampage Jackson's son. Yes, I know it's off topic, but yes, I did hear about that. That's crazy work. But Yankees had a lot of catchers in their system. So, I mean, they traded away a bunch of these guys. Trades are one of those things where, I'm sure you probably would agree with this, that it's hindsight's 50 or 2020. You don't know how it's going to work, right? It's like, yeah, they traded Narvaez, but then they got Elmer Rodriguez Cruz from you guys, who's been actually like killing it for us down there in the minors. You don't know how these guys are going to turn out. Like, you just don't know. You can't really tell. I mean, Narvaez, it seems like it's working out for you guys so far. I mean, you guys got Narvaez. I remember you guys got Greg Weissert too. He's been working out for you guys. So the thing is, though, the Yankee, whenever these trades happen, it's like you're trying to better your team for like the now and the future. And sometimes trades are going to suck. They're going to hurt. And we could always go back and say they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done this. But again, hindsight's 2020. It's all a risk. Every trade, every signing that any team makes, it's not just the Yankees Red Sox thing. Any team, it don't matter, man. You don't know. You are taking a risk because you're just like, okay, well, here's what we think they're going to do. Well, here's what we're getting back. Here's how much money we're offering. Is it going to turn out the way we want it to turn out? I didn't know. I mean, Narvaez, I like Narvaez. He was good. And he's, I understand the Yankees had to trade him. And like my boy Custodio says, hopefully Elmer Cruz works out. He had a good year. Yeah, he had a great year in the minors. I like what he's been doing in the minors, but how does that translate into major league level? Only time will tell. You know what I mean? But Narvaez though is working out for you guys. But like I was saying, snap, Dodgers are ahead of San Diego 7-2. All right. That's interesting. But yeah, no, you can't go back and change it. What's done is done. You just hope that, for me, for the Yankees' sake, that, these guys, have a better team in the future and continue playing at a competitive level. they're always in a conversation. The Yankees, they're always in a conversation of postseason or World Series every single year. It doesn't matter what kind of team that they have. They're always they're always being discussed. That's just a fact, man. And just like the Red Sox are always in that conversation too, in terms of, postseason. And, even if fans, right. I don't know how you felt about them in previous years, but they're always in the conversation when it comes to the postseason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. And it's always like, because, like I said, I'm a Packers fan for football and a Red Sox fan. And these historic franchises, I have this like conspiracy theory that the owners always want them to be just good enough to make the postseason, but not good enough to win a World Series, because they want the stadium, the ballpark, whatever, to sell out. They want the merchandise to sell, but they don't want to win the World Series because then they have to pay everybody. And it's like, so like with the Red Sox, they're going to almost, if not sell out Fenway Park almost every game. They're going to sell a bunch of merchandise just because of the storied franchise. So it isn't until like people stop going to Fenway and stop buying the merchandise that the owners are like, okay, we got to beef this team up and really make a push, and that happens every few years. We saw it since 2004. But yeah, it's fun because, I mean, as much as like you try to like instill in, like, I got 2 young kids and stuff, that winning isn't everything. And, you have to be okay whether you win or lose. You know what? It's a lot more fun to be watching baseball when your squad's winning, and when they're on a 7-game skid or something like that, it's like, why am I even staying up late watching this game right now? Like, what did I waste all this time for? So it's nice to see him on a little bit of a run, and especially in a rivalry like this, like every game matters. And it just feels like whether they're at Yankee Stadium or they're at Fenway, like that crowd's just on top of the players. And it's just like the roar of the crowd, as they say. And like you hear it in those rivalry games, and like, boy, oh boy, there's nothing better than watching sports when it's got like that much on the line and that much emotional investment in it.
Yeah. I miss, you bring up the rivalry, man. I miss the rivalry in the early to mid 2000s, because I don't feel like the Yankees and Red Sox have that right now.
Nah.
Maybe it'll come. Maybe it'll happen one day. But I do miss those rivalries from like 20 plus years ago between the two franchises, dude. Because those are some memorable games. I'm some memorable years. I know one, definitely, obviously 04, right? Like that was an awesome year for the Red Sox. Unfortunately for the Yankees, that was a holy crap moment. Like, what was that? But yeah, no, I did like that the rivalry. There was a lot of fire, man. I don't know if it'll ever get back to that, because it's not there right now, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's not there right now. But
rivalries in sports aren't the same anymore. It's just not. Everybody's buddy and friends, and they go to off-season workouts together, and you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like, just an example. This isn't really a thing, but like, oh yeah,
Sure.
Bregman and Judge were on vacation together with their, and it's like, gosh, come on, man. Whatever happened to the, you know what? You can be friends with them after you retire. Like, you don this uniform. This is the rivalry. Like, come on now, and it's same with football, anything else, man. I love rivalries. I love the passion. Bayo's kind of got the fire. You mentioned Bayo earlier.
Yeah.
He's got the fire almost like Pedro Martinez, where he's got that attitude on the bump where like he'll come inside on you on purpose just to try to see how these batters are going to react. You know what I mean? And there's a couple times in this past series that like Bayo just kind of, it looked like he was just throwing one in, just giving you a warning, like, hey, I'm here. And I was like, let's see a mound charge or something. You know what I mean? Like, get something going,
Yeah, Bale is cool. Like, and I was always a big Pedro fan. The thing is, like, I even before he played for the Red Sox, when he was with the Expos at that time, I like Pedro Martinez, man. I mean, that dude was just always a killer on the mound. And I just knew when the Yankees at that time, whenever they went up against Pedro, whether he was an Expo or a Red Sox, I'm like, yeah, the Yankees bats are going to have their hands full with this guy. Sure enough, they did. But Pedro was nasty on the mound. There's no denying it. That is one dude that I would have loved for him to be on the Yankees, 100%. But it just never worked out. But yeah, Pedro was always that guy, though. I was always a big Pedro fan. I was a bigger Pedro fan than I was, like, I know a lot of I know a lot of fans were very big into like David Ortiz, but for me, it was just always Pedro.
Mhm.
Like it was just always Pedro. So
Well, it's funny you bring up Pedro and Montreal. I grew up an hour away from Montreal, and I had never been to an Expos game. Like I was like right there, like on the border in New York to go to Canada, and and it was funny because I'm not gonna get into the whole thing, but my school had school trips and stuff. Like your last year of elementary school before going to middle school, you always went on a school trip. In the year that I was going into 6th grade to go on the school trip, they would always go to Montreal for an Expos game. But the year I was going to middle school was the last year the Expos were a team. So like I didn't get to go up and go on that trip, so it really bummed me out. But yeah, I mean, like you would talk to me about like people that got me into the Yankees. I'd like to know like how long you've been kind of a Yankee fan. I know all your people probably know it, but I don't really know like the history of it. And people in the chat, I want to hear people in the chat like who your favorite Yankee players are, your favorite moments of rivalry between the Red Sox and Yankees too. That'd be cool to kind of hear.
cool. There you go. So folks in the chat, go ahead and answer away to Jesse's question. So for me, man, I mean, look, my older brothers were Yankees fans. So I kind of followed in their footsteps, and then where I grew up in New York, obviously, we played a lot of sports. There was a lot of kids in the neighborhood where there was a park right across the street. We played sports, and we started, we used to get together and get a team going, playing, get a baseball game going. A lot of the kids in the neighborhood were Yankees fans, so they were Yankees fans. And keep in mind, this was in Queens, and a lot of folks were just like, well, it's Queens, and aren't you supposed? I was like, Queens has a lot of Yankees fans. I don't think you all understand. I was like, just because the Mets play there, Yankees fans are still. I want to say they're still predominantly Yankees fans there in Queens. But my neighborhood though, it was just there was a bunch of Yankees fans that I grew up with, and then my older brothers were also Yankees fans too. So that's kind of how my fandom started. And for me, my favorite player and past, present, future was I'll say the number, maybe you know who it is. Number 51.
Got me. You're gonna
Got
say it, and
you?
I'm gonna know. Yeah, you're gonna say it, and I'm gonna slap myself for it.
So to me, they always talked about the core 4, but in my opinion, it should have been the core 5 because this dude was part of the organization. He was part of the buildup, and that is Bernie Williams.
Okay, Bernie Williams. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Look
Yeah.
at the chat knows who you're talking about. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. Nah, it was Bernie Williams, and real quick, I wanted to pull up this comment. Was Susan says, and she's a Yankees fan. She says the only class act pitcher of Red Sox was Tim Wakefield, which
Wakey,
yeah, it was a sad story with him, but yeah, and then Queens were mostly Mets. I worked with people in Queens, and they dragged me to Shea Stadium to watch the Mets. Oh, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. Now slap yourself. Yeah, he's gonna power bomb you later now for not knowing.
I owe you one, man. I owe you one. I owe you a slap. That's all right.
I'm just kidding. No, but for me it was Bernie, man. I mean, Bernie was my guy. Like for me, it's just I liked the way he played the game. He was always quiet. You didn't really hear too much about him. He just went about his business. He was just out there trying to win a baseball game, trying to help his team win. So for me it was Bernie, man. And the way I grew up a fan, like I said, it was just because of my older brothers, and then just a lot of the other kids that I grew up with around the neighborhood, they were all Yankees fans too. So, but yeah, that's how my fandom started with this team. And our friend Robert, he's been a fan since 1962.
Whew.
That's a long freaking time.
Long time.
Yeah, and Bernie was Susan's favorite player, Bernie and Matsui, for sure. And Victor says Yaz was the only Red Sox he ever liked.
Wow.
Okay.
Come on. The only one ever? Like, it's like, oh, man. It's a lot of them. What about Verdugo? When Verdugo went over to the Yankees, did you like him? What about Babe Ruth? He was a Red Sox. Did you like him when he went over to New York? What about Johnny Damon? He was a Red Sox. Like, did you not like him when he was a Red Sox and then liked him when he went to the Yankees? Is that what the consensus is here?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I never got to see Babe Ruth play.
Yeah.
And Verdugo. The thing is, you know what? You brought up Verdugo. It's funny. I know his bat sucked with the Yankees, but I like the fact that they actually had a left fielder, because the Yankees had garbage for left field. I'm not saying Verdugo is like the best left fielder in the world, but he was an upgrade over what the Yankees had previously. Mm-hmm. So, and Johnny Damon, I like Johnny Damon since his Royals days. Yeah. So I'm kind of going way back here. So I remember Johnny Damon when I was a kid, him playing for the Royals. I was like, this Johnny Damon guy is pretty good, man. So, and he did work with you guys. He also got a World Series with the Yankees too. I think he's the only player to ever play with the Yankees and the Red Sox and to win a World Series with both teams. Because there's been, other Yankee players that played for the Red Sox and Yankees. Then there's only one World Series with one of them, not both. But Damon, I think, was the only player to do it with both.
Yeah. Johnny Damon's cool. They say he's a bit nuts, but it's funny because, like you say, Verdugo, and I know a lot of people, like Yankee fans, don't like Verdugo, but like when he was in Boston, he did work, man. And like he was like, I say all the time, and Jarren Duran's got that role now where like, and you guys see it if you watch if you watch the dugout and stuff, there's that one guy on the squad that's like the vibes guy, the guy that's kind of bringing everybody together. That's always fun in the dugout, probably fun in the clubhouse. And that was Verdugo. Verdugo always had kind of that aura in Red Sox. And like my whole family, we all got Verdugo shirts. Like we were Verdugo fan. I have a history of getting this is a jersey shirt. I have a history of getting these jersey shirts and the player not working out or being traded right after I get the shirt. It's like I have a bunch in my closet and every single one. This jersey shirt, I wasn't going to do this, but it's number 3, if you can't see. But it's not Rafaela. It's Jonathan Arauz is his name. And he played in the majors for about 20 games. And I thought he was going to be the next big thing. I got this custom made. I got a custom made jersey. I had him sign it after a game. And 2 days later, he got cut from the Red Sox. He's been in the minors ever since.
How crazy.
Yeah, I got pictures of him autographing. It's probably the only Arauz jersey he had ever seen from a fan because I had it custom made. And he signed it after the game, and then he was gone. I don't even know where he is anymore. But I have a history of anytime I get a shirt for a player, they're either traded or they just don't work out and they never play in the majors again.
Sucks. Is that the latest shirt that you have right now then? That's been traded? So is that the shirt now, or is there another shirt that you have that's currently for a player that's currently a Red Sox that you think might? Do you have a Devers one?
Nope, I don't. I have a Yoshida one, and we see what he's not been doing this year. I had a Verdugo one. This is Jonathan Arauz. I had Xander Bogaerts one. He got traded right after. Kike Hernandez. My whole family's got Kike Hernandez shirts. He got traded right after. So because like somebody like Roman Anthony isn't my favorite player, but I think the next time I get a shirt, it's going to be one of those because he's got 8 years with the Red Sox. So I think it's pretty safe to buy a Halliburton jersey. Halliburton goes and mows down the garden, man. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh, it's because you don't want him to work out with the Pacers. I got you, Combat. I got you. But yeah, I mean, it just every time I like a player, they just don't work out for the Red Sox, and it sucks. And Jarren Duran, I like Jarren Duran. It looks like he's probably going to be traded in the offseason. So it's hard to become attached with a lot of these players these days because they move so much, and it's like hard to become emotionally invested with a lineup or a roster or a particular player because they just get traded so much and move around so much. And the money's so big now that it's bigger than the team. It's like the wallet is bigger than the team. And it just makes it hard to become invested like fully and wholeheartedly to some of these players, not the franchise, but the players themselves.
Yeah. It's money, man. It speaks, obviously Yankees experienced that this offseason. A lot of us Yankees fans that we thought, Soto was coming back. Nope. He took $5 million more from the Mets to go sign with them. I mean, I won't go off topic too much, but $765 million, that's an insane amount of money, man. That is crazy.
Yeah.
But hey,
You talk about overpaid.
you think he was overpaid?
Overpaid, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. He got paid more than Ohtani, and Ohtani doing what he can do. I know Ohtani had to get the Tommy John and everything else, and then especially to pay Soto what they paid him, and then I know he's evened out, but to come out at the beginning of the season like he did,
yeah,
it was like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You guys dodged a bullet with that. Honestly, in my opinion, you guys dodged a bullet.
I had people asked me how I felt about it. I was like, well, I was when the signing was announced, I was upset. I woke up the next day, I was over it because I'm like, all right, the dude made his decision. Whatever, it's time to move on.
Mm-hmm.
I like Soto. I definitely like Soto. The dude's got a good bat. He's smart at the plate. He works the pitch count. His defense, his defense was average, mediocre at best. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't a big fan of his defense. So, that's where, the Yankees outfield upgraded big time, I like this bat though. I mean, he played a factor, but with his, I know a lot of people don't like to look at batting average these days, but I'm just saying the dude's batting 249. You're getting paid 765. Maybe your other numbers look pretty good, but you should be batting well over 300. We got Aaron Judge getting paid $40 million a season, who I actually it was a hometown discount really for the Yankees because he wanted to come back. And this dude is still batting in the high 300s, and he's not getting as much money as Soto.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to throw that out there once again. Mm-hmm. So, but again, I'm not hating on Soto. He did what he had to do. Sometimes, if it's about the money, then do what you got to do, man. He got his payday. That's all I'm gonna say.
And you can't 100% hate on the players because, I see in the chat people say like people shouldn't make that much money, but you think about how much money the owners make, like the billions and billions of dollars the owners make off from the performance of some of these players. Yeah, the players deserve a cut of that. And I understand that whole thing. But like you said, if you're getting paid that kind of money, you need to be showing up from day one and just doing what you're doing. And it's like, I don't know. I think some of these players get like paydays and they think that everything's like, oh, I'm getting paid either way and whatever. But hey, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But going back to the whole, Red Sox Yankees thing, man, like I've enjoyed like this rivalry like this year, even though obviously it's been very lopsided for the Red Sox. So obviously I probably enjoy it more than you guys have. But the matchups have seemed pretty good. And like, you know what? It's the Red Sox and Yankees, man. Every time the Yankees go up to bat, I like sit there and like anticipate them putting up 2-3 runs on the board every inning. It's like, it's not like a sure bet. It's not like the Red Sox playing against the Rockies. And it's like, okay, as long as we got somebody worth half a damn on the mound, then we got this game. Like any game with the Yankees can go either way anytime. And it's like, whoa. It keeps you glued to the TV and more invested in it. I love that aspect of baseball. And really, any team can beat any team at any time. So, the record kind of doesn't show it for the season. It looks good for us, but I'm not taking this game tonight lightly. Rodon is not a slouch whatsoever, So,
yeah,
man, oh man.
I guess when I was talking about rivalry, man, I was more or less talking about during the heated days, when these two teams were gritty, gritty. They wanted to go after each other. They wanted to get into a fight. To some extent without being these guys going over the top, but the dugout, like just stuff like that, man. I mean, I haven't seen that type of intensity in quite some time between the two teams with each other. But you hope that maybe that does revive back at some point, but I'm not really expecting it personally, but I could very well be wrong on this. But
I'm telling you, it because the Sox and Yankees play one more series in Fenway next month, and if they're both neck and neck for the wild card race as they are right now, or if one of them's just on the outside looking in, trying to get in, you're going to see some of that happening. I think that's where it's going to kind of boil over and like the emotions are going to get high. I'm looking forward to it. It ain't going to be as intense as you said it was in the past, but there's going to be some sparks flying, I think, too. And like I said, I think that Bayo is kind of like the straw that stirs that drink. He looks like he's got the attitude that's going to kind of bring it out. He throws one pitch too close to Judge's face or something, and it's going to be bench clearing, and I'm all here for it. So
yeah, I can't. I mean, if that happens, I'll be looking forward to it. And folks in the chat, appreciate you all tuning in. I got my friend Jesse here from the Ringside Renaissance. We're doing pregame right now between the Red Sox and Yankees. Make sure you all hit the like button. I know we got a bunch of people in here. We're all, love to get to 50 likes. So if there's 14 people that have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. If we have 50 likes while we're live, I'll gift a membership. So I know we've been accomplishing that goal as of late, but let's get into these predictions, man.
all right.
Let's get into these predictions. This is like the fun part. I know you've seen my chats and I'm sure you've sat through it, but so for you and folks in the chat, get your predictions in. So for Dustin May, Carlos Rodon, I know most of you are going to probably go for Carlos Rodon, but what do you think for Dustin May, man? Like how many innings, how many strikeouts, walks, runs? What's your gut telling you?
The ERA for him in the win-loss is kind of misleading, I think, for Dustin May, because he can pitch the ball, man. He's really good and he's got good stuff. So like, I would, I'm going to give him a solid 5 innings. I think that he's not going to go too much farther. But I think that 5 strikeouts sounds pretty solid to me. He's a ground ball kind of guy, and I don't know. I just think he's going to have another quality start. I mean, if you look at it, like I said, his win-loss record and his ERA kind of tells a different story, but he's had 3 starts with the Red Sox, and 2 of them have been quality starts. So I think he's going to continue that trend. And I think he's got a chip on his shoulder because at the trade deadline, every Red Sox fan wanted Joe Ryan, right? They like, that was the rumor, and everybody thought Joe Ryan was going to the Red Sox. And then right at the 0 hour of the trade deadline, they pick up Dustin May, and Red Sox fans weren't having it. So I think Dustin May really wants to put a solid performance out there. And against what you said, it's not a lineup for the Yankees that have been struggling, but they're trying to play long ball. So if he can kind of keep them on the ground, I think 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. He might let up a couple here and there, but I'm trusting the bats of the Red Sox with this one.
Yeah, he's I'm looking at his baseball savant right now. Yeah, he doesn't. His ground ball rate is just a little above average, but his K rate is like right at average. So, yeah, there's a lot of blues for him instead of reds. So, on paper, right, it's like the Yankees should be able to hit against him, but we'll see what happens in actuality, like when the game is actually played. So you're saying 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, gives up a couple of runs?
Yeah, why not? I'm not going to say 5 runs. I was going to go 5-5-5, but I said, nah, that ain't happening. So, yeah, I'll say 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. I'll give him. You know what? I'll say 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, and I'll say he lets up 2. So how about
Cool.
that?
All right. And walks? What do you think about walks?
He's not Walker Bueller, so he's not going to walk a whole lot of people. But
all right,
I'd probably say he'll probably give up a couple. The Yankees don't seem like. I mean, it depends pitcher to pitcher, because like you said with analytics, they watch so much stuff and trends for players and stuff. So I could say, oh, they don't like to chase a lot, but then they'll chase the whole game. And you watch a lot more Yankees games than I do, so you can kind of speak on that more. But I don't think he'll walk very many tonight. Maybe 2 or 3. Try to keep the people honest, keep pounding the strike zone. That seems like Andrew Bailey's kind of philosophy as the pitching coach is pound strike zone. So only a couple walks sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, for Carlos Rodon, man, it's really, these last few starts have been a little bit of a kind of a hit or miss for him. But when he's on his game, he's on his game. But this is the Red Sox offense. They do make the opposing pitchers work. I'll say that, from the meetings between the two teams this season. So Rodon, you know what, man, I'm going to give him, and I hope he proves me wrong, but I'm going to give him 5 2/3. I'll give him 5 2/3. I think he'll strike out. I think it's going to be one of these games where he's going to strike out 5 and he's going to walk 3 batters. And I think he's going to give up a couple of runs. That's what I think.
So we're pretty even with that.
We're pretty even. Yeah. We're pretty even with that. But, yeah, just because, Rodon, like I said, he's a beast, man. He is a beast. I think he's having a better year this year, in my opinion. Yes, he's had some shaky starts here. But when he's, like I said, when he's on his game, the dude's on. Like there's no stopping him. He's a bulldog on the mound. But but again, Red Sox bats, how they be approaching the plate. I'll give him 5 2/3 though. But I would love for him to go 6. Realistically, but I'll give him 5 2/3.
It's so hit or miss with the Red Sox too, because
Yeah,
sometimes they have such good plate discipline, and then other times they're swinging at balls like in the dirt or 8 inches off the plate, and it's like there's no in between. It's like, man, oh man. So you just
yeah,
don't know what Red Sox you're getting from night to night.
for sure. Yeah, again, I can relate to you on everything you just said. So I get it, man. Let's see. The other category I always talk about, question I always ask is double plays. You think Red Sox hit into any double plays tonight?
They hit into double plays.
Yeah.
Oh,
You think they'll hit into double plays?
yeah. Probably a few. I mean,
A few? Okay.
yeah. The problem with the Red Sox is, well, they're so athletic, right? So like their base running
Yeah.
is really good, and they have a lot of speed on the bases and stuff. But I gotta check once again. I don't remember. Is Yoshida in the lineup tonight?
I'll tell you right now.
No,
He's
no,
not.
no, no. Roman Anthony's okay. So no, there's gonna be less double plays because Yoshida will ground into double plays every time he's up to bat. So, yeah, I'll probably just say a couple, just a couple, probably a couple on both ends. Honestly,
I was gonna guess 2 as
yeah,
well. So I mean, because Susan saying Grisham and Wells double play. Robert saying Yankees are gonna hit into 3. Oh man, that's brutal.
yeah. They
But
pop out more than they ground out, though, right? It's because they try to hit like long balls. So I mean,
yeah,
and
last year the Yankees were I think they I'm pretty sure, yeah, they did lead the league in double plays last season, hitting into double plays. They've gotten a lot better, but yeah, now it's just pop outs and a lot of pop outs. Definitely a lot of pop outs with this team, which is infuriating. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, so I'm gonna say 2 double plays as well. I don't know who will hit into it. I mean, Volpe ain't playing, so I don't know who it'll be. Maybe it'll be Austin Wells. He kind of tends to hit into some double plays, but we'll see. But I'm gonna guess 2 double plays. Let's see. Home runs. You making any home run calls?
against Rodon. Man, I want to be bold with it. Like I really want to be like I'm not losing anything, right? If I'm wrong. So
Nah, not at all.
let's say Bregman goes yard tonight. That would be nice. And
Mm-hmm.
just to be a little bit different, I'll say that kid Garcia gets his first major league hit is going to be a home run tonight in Yankee Stadium. That'd be great. That'd be great to see. And then the Red Sox will have to try to negotiate with the Yankees fan to get the ball back. So,
well, how about a part of a player's salary or something? I don't know. I think I that's what I would negotiate if it was me. I'd be like, all right, I got to pay me then. Give me some of
yeah,
that salary money.
I want to see Romy Gonzalez get a home run too, because I talk about the
Okay.
lefty killer lineup that's been underwhelming for me, and they're putting him in because of they're putting him at first base because of Rodon pitching. So, I'd like to see him hit a home run to kind of pay dividends with that whole lefty killer mindset that they have.
There you go. All right. I respect that. So home run calls for me. Um, I know Judge has been playing like garbage, but Judge is always part of my home run predictions. It's just why not, man? Because it's Judge, right? The dude. He's gonna hit a bomb, at least one. Maybe not in every game, but I'm gonna say Judge. I'm gonna say Giancarlo again, because Giancarlo Stanton's been on a freaking tear, and he's been one of the bright spots in the lineup. So I'm gonna say, yeah, the Twins, Judge and Stanton, and then as a sleeper, I'm gonna say Caballero. They're
Okay.
they're shortstop. So I think
Your savior coming in the infield, huh?
I mean, at this point, I'd rather have him, man. The dude, he leads all of Major League Baseball, or if not Major League Baseball, the American League in steals. He's got 40 steals. So, I like his approach at the plate. He's pesky at the plate. He's pesky on the base paths. I don't think you could go wrong with him at shortstop. So it's like I'm not saying he's a savior, but I'd rather have him out there than Volpe. I'll say that much. And everybody in the chat will tell you the same thing, right, chat?
Oh yeah.
You all better agree with me on this one. I know you all are going to agree with me.
But Aaron Judge for a home run tonight, that sounds like if you're a betting person, that sounds like a good line, because Dustin May does give up one, and at least one a game. And Aaron Judge, I feel like he's going to hang something over the plate, and Judge takes advantage of that. So I guess I can just go on the other side of the fence and say I would add Judge getting a home run tonight, especially against Dustin May. I think that's just going to be a bad matchup for Dustin for that one.
Yeah, and I think because you said you did predict Bregman, right?
Yeah. Yep.
One guy that I think might hit a home run off of Rodon, I'll say Story.
Oh yeah, Trevor Story. He's been heating up too, man. He's been doing really well.
Yeah, he's been doing extremely well. I was worried about Story there, as a player wise, just because the dude couldn't stay healthy.
Nah.
And I was like, man, that contract is really not working out for the Red Sox. But now there's a resurgence with him. So I think he's one guy that I think could hit a home run off of Carlos Rodon. So that's going to be that would be the guy I would pick for the Red Sox to hit a home run, honestly. So.
And it's like looking ahead, and I don't like to project or anything, but there's a lot of rumors about Story going after this year and whatever. But if you got Bregman, Story, Marcelo Meyer, and Tristan Casas as your infield, that's a solid infield. It's like, man, the future is looking bright for the Red Sox if they can keep that infield together. And then obviously with the logjam that they talk about the Red Sox, but in the outfield, one of the guys is gonna have to go. I would honestly find a way to pay the four outfielders, Abreu, Rafaela, Roman Anthony, and Duran. I think Duran would take a hometown discount because of his love for Boston, and just rotate them out. And we don't need a true DH. Whoever is not out in the outfield, just have them DHing. You can just keep them in the lineup and just rotate the outfield to keep them healthy. I wish I was a manager for a baseball team, man. I'm telling you, because I got all these great ideas in my head. But
I don't want that job.
What do you think the final score is going to be? Obviously, you want the Yankees to win, and you're going to predict them to win. But is it going to be a blowout? Going to be a close game? What do you think?
It'll be a close game. I highly doubt it'll be a blowout. No, I think I don't know what I think, man. Score prediction. I mean, it's always hard with these score predictions, but I just throw it out there just to throw it out there. But I think I'll call it 6-4.
I was gonna say 6-4 Red
Sox. No way!
I swear to God,
that's awesome.
Swear to God, that was the number in my head. As soon as you said it mme laugh. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. 6-4. All right.
Hey, sounds good to me, man. You know what? It just, like you said, anything could happen, and it's I don't think it's going to be a blowout like yesterday. I mean, yesterday minus the ninth inning wasn't really much of a blowout. That was kind of just a slip up, and you had that guy that had just came from the Mets right out there, and he was 60 pitches deep, and they just kind of fed him to the wolves last night. I felt so bad for that kid, man.
That was just a temporary move. I think that dude's going to get released because they picked him up. I think they just wanted a fresh arm in there, because the Yankees bullpen has just been absolutely obliterated because of the injuries, and unfortunately with the starting pitching not able to have longevity during the games. So the bullpen's been a little bit taxed. So I think that's the reason why they picked him up. But the Yankees are going to get Fernando Cruz coming back because he was out for a while, and then they should be getting back Ryan Yarborough too at some point. He's doing his rehab games as well. But looks like somebody has a question here too. Has a question. He's like, "Man, ask Jesse a question. Who's going to pitch for the Red Sox against the Orioles? Is that who you guys are playing next?"
I don't believe so. No, we had a 2-game series against them. Oh yeah, we are playing Baltimore. You're right. 4 games against Baltimore. Oh my goodness.
Snap. That's intense.
So if May's tonight, then it's probably going to be Giolito tomorrow, but Walker Buehler just got took down to the bullpen. He's not a starter anymore, so that experiment kind of failed. But
I was going to say Giolito pitched on Thursday, right? So I don't think it would be Giolito.
Oh, who's my okay? Dustin May, then Bueller. Oh yeah, so who is going to pitch for him? Because Bueller isn't supposed to be next in the rotation.
Is that what's his face? Or is that game tomorrow? That series starts tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah, Monday. So that might end up being a bullpen game. Hopefully, the bullpen kind of
Yeah.
yeah, because after May, it's supposed to be Bueller, then Giolito, then Crochet, then Bayo, then May is usually, or I'm sorry, Bayo, then Crochet, then May. That's usually been the rotation. But it's funny what they did to Bueller too, because he's had an inconsistent season, but his contract, anything after 20 starts, every other start, he'd make $500,000. And right after his 20th start, they put him down to the bullpen. So I don't know if you want to look at that as maybe he wasn't producing, which he wasn't, or they're just the Red Sox are trying to save money. But I don't know. Maybe Richard Fitz. I know he's been trying to.
I think Crochet is going to go for you guys on Thursday because he pitched yesterday. Because then
Yeah.
Thursday is going to be 5 days, so I think he'll go for you guys on Thursday.
Yeah, which sucks because I'm taking the family. We're going to Fenway this Sunday against the Pirates, and I would love to have a Crochet day, man. I would really love to see him pitch live. But my problem is like I want to see Paul Skeens pitch live too. Like that's a whole thing. So I really want to see Paul Skeens pitch live, but just pitch for 5 innings and then like have the bullpen, have us hit 10 runs against the bullpen, but it's something special to see some of these like generational talents like Paul Skeens being on the mound. Like that'd be great to see live. I'd love it.
Yeah, Skeens is a beast. That dude's a beast.
Yeah. And this guy's got my gears turning, man, wondering who the hell's going to pitch tomorrow, man. After Bueller got reduced to the bullpen, it's got to end up being a bullpen day, or maybe they'll put Richard Fitz out there. I know he's a rookie and he was having a lot of trouble earlier in the year, but and they got that one kid in the minors too. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I could probably try and check here, like Red Sox. If you look up Red Sox probables,
okay.
It kind of. I'm not seeing here. I could look it up on my phone too, but anyway, game. I know the game is going to start here soon. About a little over 15 minutes, and yeah, I got the game on my TV right now, so it's like they're showing Yankee Stadium right now. The game is on ESPN. I'm sure you'll be watching it with the fam.
Yes, sir.
What are you all eating, man? What's for dinner?
I don't know. I don't know what the wife's planning on cooking, or if we're planning on cooking at all. To be honest with you, I came in here, we were still a back and forth. Hey, listen, she cooks great food, and she always takes care of us. So I'm sure something will be good. But I don't know, man. I should have just asked her. She was just in here. But what is the chat eating? And while the chat is telling us what they're eating, hit that like button. You're 7 likes away from 50. So why don't we get those likes in while we're at? We're almost there. We got 55 people in the chat and already full at 43 likes. So we know there's 12 of you at least that haven't hit that like button yet. Make sure to hit the like button for NFE, man.
My man Jesse, yeah, showing support and love for the channel, man. I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, 7 more likes. And so we don't know who's pitching tomorrow for the Red Sox, but Tuesday is Giolito. Wednesday is Bayo, and Thursday is Crochet.
Yep.
So but we just don't know who's pitching tomorrow. So it might be a bullpen game, like you said.
Yeah, as long as I don't see another bullpen game. Whenever I go live, it's like they have a bullpen game, and it's like it takes the fun out of it when you're there live, and it's like you see every pitcher come in 2 innings. It's like yeah. But what are you eating on tonight, bro? What you looking at?
Oh, dude, I just ate a little bit ago, man. I had some chicken tenders and some fries.
Oh, that's what we were actually thinking about too.
Oh, wow. How funny, bro. We got the same score prediction. We're eating the same foods. Yo, are we related? Like,
I don't know, man.
Distant cousins or something?
Same innings pitch for the pitchers, same strikeout, same walks. Man, oh man, bro. This is actually pretty funny.
That's what a pregame this is. All right. I got to get you on more often now. Yo, folks, real quick, we're 3 likes away from 50. So
get it.
Let's get that. Let's get 3 more likes. Let's get 3 more likes. And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody hanging out, man. Just the chat is lively. So I'm streaming this through several platforms, through like YouTube, X, Kick, Twitch. So total, I have like 16 people watching right now. So
awesome.
Yeah, and I appreciate all the new subs that I got. We're slowly getting to 2,000 subs. So if there's anybody watching this for the first time, hit that sub button. But let's see.
It's tough too because the ham and cheese sandwich. Ooh,
Ooh,
pepper X sauce. What's pepper X sauce? It's exciting.
must be like a mystery pepper, like a what do they call that? Oh my god, that was like right on the tip of my tongue, man. It's supposed to be really spicy, like burn your tongue, like oh my god, I'm suffering a heart attack type of spice. This is what I'm thinking.
Mm.
Robert's saying Publix chicken tenders, potato wedges, and the salad. Okay.
All right.
Combat's going Popeyes. Let's go.
I know Combat, man, whenever he's down this way, we don't have a Popeyes in our hometown. So whenever he's down this way, Popeyes is where it's at. He always makes sure to hit them up. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we got one more like to 50 people. We have 49 now. Let's go. Let's make it happen. But
you want to say who's gonna win quick? My little guy's off screen right now. He's you want to tell him who you think is gonna win? No, he doesn't want to make an appearance tonight. Usually he makes a lot of appearances on Ringside Renaissance, but today he's kind of just out of it. He's got his Red Sox shirt on and everything. He was ready to talk smack to you and ready to go, but fortunately he's not in the mood for it right now. But.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
We'll see what happens. Every time I talk badly or talk smack, it's like my team always loses, so I try to stay pretty humble about it.
That's what you got to do, man. I mean, when your team is winning and they're on top and they're just absolutely demolishing, right? It's like it's hard. Like sometimes it's hard to stay humble, man. It's just because like you want to give people a hard time and you want to you want to dish it to folks, but it could always come back and bite you. That's why like I'm just like be humble in defeat, be humble in loss. I know again, hard thing to do for a lot of fans, but I don't know that's something I had to learn that I've learned to do over the years. And I don't know if I ever told you, but like outside of baseball, I do enjoy other sports, but and a lot of people in the chat know I love combat sports. And I've actually I participated in martial arts this is like 11 years. So I've been doing Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for years. And talk about humbleness.
Yeah,
bro. And Dawood, yes, I will be broadcasting. I'll be calling the game. I won't be like broadcasting the game itself, but I'll be calling it. I can't broadcast it because copyright. I don't want Major League Baseball coming after me, but I will be calling the game. But yeah, talk about humbleness, man. Yeah, folks that don't look like much, if you didn't know who they were, especially the shorter folks, and they choke the crap out of you, and I'm like, how did that happen? Yeah,
it's funny. I gotta say it really quick. It's gonna make Combat Jones pop while he's listening, but Combat Jones and I both participated in Shorin-ryu karate when we were younger. So
oh no way,
we understand. Yeah, we had a great sensei that taught us. But no, it's funny how you say that because I'm a big Rowdy Piper fan. Going to wrestling really quick. And I know we got to wrap up, but I have Rowdy Piper up on the wall here. Big fan. One of my favorites of all time. Probably my favorite of all time. And he used to be well versed in judo, and he knew this guy Judo Gene LaBelle back in the day. He used to train like Chuck Norris and people like that, and he had a dojo out in like California or whatever. So whenever Rowdy Piper was out that way, he would stop in, and all the students would look at Rowdy Piper and say, oh, he's a pro wrestler, he's just a fake wrestler or whatever. And Roddy Piper would get on the mat with the kids and really to do work on them, because the kids all thought, oh, not the kids, but these guys training in judo would think, oh, this guy's just a fake wrestler, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he was actually properly trained. So yeah, like you said, you never judge a book by its cover with that whole situation.
No. And I'm telling you, the guys and gals that I train with in my gym, like if I didn't know who they were, right, I would, if I was like a person who just assumed, I would think, what could they do? But I would eat my words immediately if I ever decided to do something stupid. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't know who they were. And real quick, folks, we broke 50 likes. So thank you all very much for making that happen. As promised, I'm going to gift a membership. Let's see who the recipient is going to be. YouTube randomly picks it. So it ain't me. It's YouTube. So
if it's me, just pick another one.
Well, that's YouTube, bro.
We don't want it to be rigged.
Yeah. Oh, and who is the lucky recipient here? Oh, Celso Porto. Celso Porto. So that's our guy. That's a good friend of us or of mine. So congratulations to Celso Porto for receiving a gifted membership. So gifted membership is good for 30 days, and it expires if you decide you want to continue being a member. I got the link in the description. Totally up to you. I mean, no pressure. But that is the recipient of the Strike Zone membership. So congratulations to Celso. If you're out there, man, hopefully you're doing well. But that's what we got, bro. That's what we got. But yeah, any final words, any last words? I know the game's going to begin here shortly, man. Anything else you want to say to the chat? Anything else you want to drop?
Hey, man. Yeah. Thanks for supporting NFE. If you like pro wrestling and pro wrestling content, check us out at Ringside Renaissance. Thank you for putting the description in there. My best friend and I, we do a wrestling podcast. We do reviews. We just do silly stuff. It's like more like wrestling reviews with like a comedic style because we're just goofy people in general. But yeah, I mean, just to you, thanks for having me. I know we talk a lot in chats and we talk a lot on social media and stuff. To actually sit here and talk face to face with you is just a great time. And
yeah,
it bridges the gap and it shows everybody that you can be a Yankees and Red Sox fan and still get along. So get along out there, children.
Yeah, exactly. Tell them, man. And with us getting along, I think you and I could probably solve world peace too while we're at it. Maybe. That's a tall task, but that's a discussion for a different day. But that's the website, right, or the link right there, folks. Ringside Renaissance. For all my wrestling fans that are out there. So hopefully y'all get to please go subscribe to him. And what's up there, kiddo? How are you, man?
This is the Red Sox fan right here.
What's up, buddy?
What do you think about the Yankees? He's embarrassed. He goes, "Boo the Yankees!" every time I tell him.
Yeah. He's cool. He's cool. Are you familiar? I know you live in upstate New York, but Chef Nick, and this dude cooks up some good food. He always talks about what he cooks. But do you know this thing called Bleacher Bar still there at Fenway? Are you familiar with that?
Bar. No, is that actually in Fenway Park? I'm not exactly sure. I know they updated their food and stuff recently. There's a place we always try to go to right outside of Fenway called the Yard House. Got some really great food there. But Bleacher Bar, I'm not particularly familiar with. I don't drink, so like if it's just like a bar, like I don't partake in that. So I'm not exactly sure. I think a quick Google search could figure that out for you, though, sir.
For sure. And Acevedo says his family split, so his son and wife are Red Sox fans, and him and his daughter are Yankee fans. That's got to be that should make for a fun household.
Beautiful household. Yeah.
Awesome, man. But yeah, man. But again, yeah, just final words, bro. I appreciate you jumping on, dude. This was a lot of fun. I mean, I know we've interacted quite a few times on X and during your guys' live streams with you in Combat. But it was great to just have you on here, man, just to talk some baseball, and get to know you a little bit better, man. It's been great. We'll love to do this again at some point and get you on another show, perhaps. Maybe if not a pregame, maybe something else. But
well, the Red Sox and Yankees have another series next month. So I mean, I think it's during the week. So like my work hours are really kind of crazy right now. But like if I can jump on and hang out with you, that's for sure. Like I had a great time sitting and hanging out with you talking baseball.
Yeah, I think this was perfect, man, and we'll definitely do this again at some point. But Jesse, bro, you're a good dude, man. That's all I got to say. You're a good dude. So we'll definitely do this again. We'll hang out again, have some fun, have some laughs. But folks in the chat, thank you all very much for hanging out with myself and my boy Jesse from the Ringside Renaissance. Make sure you guys go check out his channel if you are wrestling fans. Even if you're not, just go in there and subscribe to him anyway, just because, just support your local content creators. They put in the work, and these guys are pretty funny too. So him and his boy Combat Jones. And Combat Joe says, all love. Ricky Sports Fan, this is my friend Jesse from Ringside Renaissance. He's a big Red Sox fan, also a big wrestling fan. So if you're a wrestling fan like he is, go check out that link. All right. But folks in the chat, thank you all very much. Go get ready for the game. The game's about to start. All right, Red Sox Yankees. Let's see what happens in tonight's game. And as I put out the poll out there, what did folks? So 73 votes, and because I asked the question, do the Yankees get swept? And the two choices I had was, have you seen this team? And they will avoid the sweep. And 62% of the people said that have you seen this team? So they're not faithful on the Yankees tonight. I understand. So there you go. But folks in the chat, thank you all very much. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that sub button, share this channel out with everyone you know, and make sure you guys subscribe to the Ringside Renaissance. Peace and love, everybody. Have a great night. Enjoy your Sunday. Let's go Yankees. He's shaking his head. He's going boo. All right, y'all take it easy. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you all for the play-by-play. Peace.